This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 11th day of February in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley, thanking you for joining us. Here is what we're tracking tonight. The Guyana Police Force is continuing its investigation into that robbery of a GDT kiosk inside the Giftland Mall last evening. And today, one of the suspects in last evening's brazen robbery of that GTT sales kiosk at Giftland managed to evade law enforcement during an operation in Durban Street, Georgetown this midday. Although the name of the suspect has not been released, police officials have confirmed that he lives in the Durban Street area and was one of the two men who carried out the robbery last evening at Giftland. The robbery was caught on camera, allowing law enforcement to identify the suspects. Police investigators moved into the Durban Street area this midday, close to the St. John Road at the tenement yard, after receiving information about the man's presence in the area. As the police moved into the area, the suspect was seen running through a yard. A number of officers gave chase and opened fire as he continued to run. The man managed to make his way to Princess Street and was last seen running in the direction of the cemetery. It was unclear whether he was armed. Investigators remained in the area for more than an hour after the man made good his escape. Some of the residents in the Durban Street area explained that the young man was with a group of other people in the yard when the police turned up and he bolted from the scene. After the police opened fire, bullets struck part of a house and the parked car was also damaged as a result of the gunshots. News source understands that another young man has also been held for questioning in relation to the same robbery at Giftland. The investigation is ongoing tonight. More news in a moment.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Hi, I'm Andrea Farnham and I'm from Barber, Region 1. I have been attending this college for the past month. It is a one-year course. This is actually the fourth batch of students. I'm part of the fourth set of children that have passed through this college. So this opportunity that it has presented, this college has presented, where they train us to be better public servants is something that I see will be beneficial in my life, not only professional-wise, but personally. This is a wonderful initiative by the Ministry of Presidency that enables us, myself, and my peers to grow professionally. Yeah.
I'm David Granger, and I approve this message.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive!
Voting without an identification card. If you are registered and eligible to vote but do not have your identification card with you on election day, for whatever reason, you can still vote. The Guyana Elections Commission has put measures in place to accurately identify voters without an identification card. When you go to the polling station, you would be asked your name and address and referred to the presiding officer who will interview you. The presiding officer would look at your face and compare with the photograph alongside the name on the folio to confirm that they are the same. If the presiding officer is satisfied that you are the person you claim to be, you would be asked to take the oath of identity or affirmation. You would then be allowed to vote. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9, 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
Welcome back. Well, 2 of the 3 U.S. congressional representatives who recently visited Guyana as the country prepares for elections met with members of the Guyanese diaspora in New York over the weekend to update them on the visit to Guyana and the meeting with Guyanese officials. Congressional Representatives Yvette Clarke and Gregory Meeks said during their visit they realized that both sides of the political divide are focused on the future and moving Guyana forward. They also said it was also made clear to them that the Elections Commission is ready for the elections.
They assured us that they're ready, they've got it under control, and they're ready to go. And the Carter Center assured us that they thought that they had it under control and ready to go, and watched it. So I wanted to throw that out there. I want you to know that we didn't sit back and just, but we did ask some of the hard questions and some of the and deal with the historic part of what had in the past. But I was somewhat relieved in that both sides seemed to be thinking about the future and not the past, and how we can bridge that gap.
We were there to make sure that there are free, fair, and a commitment to nonviolent elections. We talked about free and fair, but we kept emphasizing, you all tear each other apart. You're creating openings for others to come in and exploit your nation. Period. End of story. Full stop. No one wins. No one wins. And add to that the instability of Venezuela and the destabilizing effect of the migration that's coming in. There's a lot going on in that region.
The representatives also reported that they met with some of the observer groups already in Guyana ahead of the elections. They noted that they were pleased that the Elections Commission has dedicated itself to ensuring that the elections are free, fair, and credible. Well, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council today announced the readiness of the city to host the upcoming 50th Republic Anniversary celebrations. Speaking at a press conference today, the acting chief constable Peter Livingston said that the constabulary is ready to ensure that patrons have a safe Mashramani when they go out on the road on the 23rd of February. He said the constabulary will be working along with the police force.
We are going to deploy ranks along the route of the parade, so as to ensure that there is no obstructions to the parade. In addition, we will be having ranks around the city, which will allow us to continue our normal policing duties as mandated.
Over the years, the City Constabulary has worked closely with the Mayor and City Council to ensure that there are no hiccups on MASH Day. The MNCC noted that the City Constabulary officers will work along with the Mayor and City Council to monitor vending, to collect revenues, and to coordinate parking on Mashramani Day. Meanwhile, the Deputy Solid Waste Manager, Floyd Rollins, announced that no vending will be allowed on Carifesta Avenue, where the parade will begin. He confirmed that vending, however, will be allowed along Irving Street from Thomas Road to Church Street. The City Council has already marked off spots with prices ranging from $12,000 to $25,000 for the one-day rental. Hundreds of spots are available, and the City Council is urging vendors to also ensure they have garbage receptacles in place.
On the day of the activity, which is 23rd of February, the Solid Waste Department will commence cleanup after the last float would have left the starting point. We will have the cleanup in 2 phases, whereby one will be on the 23rd and the other phase will commence on the 24th from 4 in the morning. Provided that all goes well, we should have the entire route and the park cleaned by 12 hours the next day.
And citizens are also being encouraged to cut back on littering as they enjoy themselves on Mashramani Day. As the Guyana Telephone and Telegraph Company recognized the commitment of its sponsors of the Cancer Awareness Initiative Pinktober, Public Health Minister Waldo Lawrence lauded the work of the company as she encouraged for more awareness of the fight against cancer and available treatment. Speaking at the reception this morning, the minister said that there has been significant gains in raising awareness and funds to continue the fight against all forms of cancer.
It is imperative that we continue to air the message of screening, that we educate our women folk on the risk factors, which, if observed and adhered to, can go a long way in assisting in control of this dreaded disease. I wish to commend Mr. Justin Ned and everyone at GTT for its successful campaign activities, for bringing the message to the doorstep of our citizens.
The Public Health Minister also said it is evident that there is need for a bigger response to the threat of cancer and more persons should be involved.
It is evident that the Ministry of Public Health cannot unilaterally manage this fight like so many other fights. The one we're fighting today to save as many lives as we can across Guyana and across the world. I speak of the coronavirus. And so the answer lies in our collaborative efforts and our initiatives. I am therefore very much appreciative of this gesture by GTT to publicly acknowledge all those who demonstrated commitment to the cause by making significant donations.
GTT has been playing a major role in raising funds and awareness during the month of October as part of its Cancer Fight initiative. The Chief Executive Officer of GTT, Justin Ned, offered thanks today to the companies and individuals and organizations who partnered with his company to bring more awareness to cancer. He said his company remains committed to tackling the disease through information and fundraising.
It is important for us to think of more than ourselves, and the work that our sponsors have done, the work that the individuals have done to buy packages and to come out and walk in solidarity speaks to the importance of the heart. This is really something that we want to really see more of, so I would encourage corporate Guyana to get out there and support them.
$28 million was raised at the last Pinktober observances, and the NGOs have been invited to put forward cancer-related plans and programs so that they could receive the money as grants. In the courts, almost a year after he was extradited from Canada to face a multi-million-dollar fraud charge, the former accountant at the Guyana Rice Development Board, Peter Ramcharan, was this morning found guilty on one of the counts and was sentenced to 3 years in jail on that count. He's facing the other charges. The 3-year prison sentence was handed down by the Chief Magistrate. Ramcharan was slapped with 39 fraud charges last year, following an investigation into a major fraud at the GRDB. The charges stem from incidents that occurred between 2011 and 2015, which included a misappropriation of funds and the conversion of funds. Ramcharan was hiding out in Canada just after 2015, and Guyana sought and got his extradition to face the charges. All of the fraud charges added up to $414 million and were related to funds that the GRDB received through the Petrocaribe rice deal with Venezuela. With one of the cases wrapping up, which covered just over $140 million, Ramcharan still has a number of other cases remaining before different magistrates. A 42-year-old barber who was charged with exposing his genitals to a female customer and rubbing her thighs has been found guilty and sentenced to prison, although he has not shown up in court since his first appearance. The Barbados Councillor was found guilty under 2 sexual assault charges in his absence. He was sentenced to 2 years in prison on each charge. He was arrested and charged back in September after exposing his penis to a female customer, leaving her in a state of alarm and distress. The barber was also charged for sexual assault for rubbing the woman's legs without her consent and making sexual advances to her while she sat in his barber chair. He was granted bail during his first court appearance, but never returned to court to lead his defense. Today, the magistrate handed down the guilty verdict and the sentence. Whenever he is arrested, he will face the prison sentence. Across the Region is coming up next.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Today a reader, tomorrow a leader.
President Granger's 5Bs initiative has served as a support for our children's access to education. The most valuable gift we can give our children is the gift of knowledge.
That was a paid political ad.
Voting without an identification card. If you are registered and eligible to vote but do not have your identification card with you on election day, for whatever reason, you can still vote. The Guyana Elections Commission has put measures in place to accurately identify voters without an identification card. When you go to the polling station, you would be asked your name and address and referred to the presiding officer who will interview you. The presiding officer would look at your face and compare with the photograph alongside the name on the folio to confirm that they are the same. If the presiding officer is satisfied that you are the person you claim to be, you would be asked to take the oath of identity or affirmation. You would then be allowed to vote. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277 to 223-9653, email pro@gcom.org.gy, or visit GCOM's website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Across the region right now, Barbados has been ranked as one of the world's most expensive places to live. Index of the countries where the cost of living was highest, international business publication CEO World Magazine placed Barbados at 12th out of 132 countries. Switzerland was deemed the most expensive place to live, followed by Norway, Iceland, Japan, Denmark, Bahamas, Luxembourg, Israel, Singapore, South Korea, Hong Kong, and Barbados. The most affordable place to live was Pakistan. The others in order or ranking were Afghanistan, India, Syria, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tunisia, Venezuela, Kosovo, Georgia, Nepal, and Egypt. In the 2018 index, Singapore topped the most expensive ranking, and Barbados did not feature in that top 20. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will head to the Caribbean next week to make his pitch to a new audience as to why Canada should be given a seat on the UN Security Council. Trudeau is to fly to the island of Barbados on Monday for a two-day visit that coincides with a gathering of leaders from the Caribbean community, CARICOM. While Trudeau is expected to talk to Caribbean leaders about climate change, the Security Council's seat will also feature prominently. The visit south will come after Trudeau concludes a week-long voyage shaking hands with leaders in Africa and Europe in an attempt to lock down votes for a seat at the UN Security Council table from those countries. And finally tonight, international news. Sudan's rulers have agreed to hand over ex-President Omar al-Bashir to the International Criminal Court to face genocide and war crimes charges. Bashir is accused of serious crimes in a conflict that broke out in Darfur in 2003 and led to the deaths of 300,000 people. Authorities said the former president and others charged by the ICC should appear at The Hague to face a tribunal. The commitment came at peace talks between Sudan's government and rebel groups from the Darfur region. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.